Good morning, friends. Today we are going to start with the construction of gene libraries, which is there in your syllabus of MSc 2 semester 4. Okay, so gene libraries. In the first lecture, we had discussed about the how to prepare or the gene cloning strategies we had discussed about. Now we'll discuss about construction of gene libraries. Okay, so next slide, if you can see, this is the gene cloning strategy. Now, what is gene cloning strategy? It is a set of techniques which is being adopted for gene cloning for a particular purpose, and it is said to be the gene cloning strategy. म्हणजे काय, it is a techniques आहेत ते which are adapted for the gene cloning. Okay, whenever you are going to carry out the molecular biology experiments, or you are going to clone a gene into a bacterial cell and allow that bacterial cell to produce that protein and which is of human interest, then you are going to clone that gene into the bacterial cell using the specific vectors. Now there are various several strategies of gene cloning depending on the whether we need to construct the genomic libraries or cDNA libraries. And cDNA libraries means complementary DNA libraries. Okay, and whether we want to clone all the pieces of DNA or a particular piece of the DNA. These are the strategies which are to be taken out. Now, separate cloning strategies have been followed for genomic DNA library and cDNA library, chromosome walking, and chromosome jumping. So, these are the four cloning techniques or the DNA library construction techniques. Okay, so shotgun cloning method is a cloning strategy which has been done for constructing the genomic library. Okay, shotgun cloning method means what? Using the gun or the syringe, you are going to clone the gene into the bacterial cell, or we have to construct the genomic DNA library. It is a collection of clones containing all DNA segments of the genome of an organism. Is called the genomic DNA library. What is genomic DNA library? It is the collection or library itself means that it is the collection of the books in the college. Okay, so library, in the case of genomic library, it is a collection of all the genomes of the bacterial cell of that organism. Okay, and the genomic library is created by inserting all fragments of the genomic DNA into the host cells using vectors. What we do in the genomic library is created by inserting all the fragments of genomic DNA into the host cell. सगळे जीन त्याच्यामध्ये इन्सर्ट केले जातात. ओके, using the vectors. So the vectors can be bacteriophages. Okay, yeast can be also a vector. Now, shotgun cloning technique. These are the what comes under the shotgun cloning technique we are going to see to now. Large mammalian genomes are particularly difficult to clone. Okay, and the sequence and assemble because their size and structural complexity. Because of the size and the structural complexity, large mammalian genomes are very difficult to clone. So, as a result, clone by clone sequencing, although reliable and methodical, takes a very long time. It takes a long time, but it is very reliable technique, shotgun cloning technique. With the emergence of cheaper sequencing and more sophisticated computer programs, researchers have relied on whole genome shotgun sequencing to tackle the larger or more complex genomes. So, the whole genome we can insert into the host cell, but we are going to clone it by sequential methods. Okay, sequential methods आपल्याला तिथे वापरायचे आणि slowly we are going to clone the organism. Next, two approaches are made in the shotgun sequencing: whole genome shotgun sequencing and hierarchical shotgun sequencing. Then, shotgun cloning method is widely adopted to create genomic DNA libraries. Okay, cloning all the DNA fragments of a genome into the cleaved vectors at a time by a single cloning experiment is called shotgun cloning. Okay, and these are the following steps which are used to create a genomic library. Genomic library तयार करण्यासाठी जे लागणारे जे काही components आहेत ते खालील दिलेले आहेत. But shotgun cloning method is widely adopted. Why it is widely adopted? Because you can clone all the DNA fragments of a genome into the cleaved vectors. Okay, वेक्टर म्हणजे एक प्लाझमिड असू शकते तो, किंवा DNA असू शकते व्हायरसचा. त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला सिंगल क्लोनिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट मध्ये करू शकतो. That's why it is called as cloning and it is widely used. from the sucrose. It is isolated from the sucrose. Sorry, it is isolated from the source organism using a standard procedure. Okay, the isolated genomic DNA is cut with a restriction enzyme to generate small DNA fragments. Then the restriction digest is electrophoresis. It is run under the electrophoresis chamber on a polyacrylamide gel in the presence of molecular weight markers in one lane. Then DNA fragments of clonable size are isolated from the gel and the smaller as well as larger fragments are discarded. Okay. For example, if the DNA fragments have to be cloned in plasmids, size of the fragments should be between 5 and 15 kb. Kb means kilobases. So fragments lesser than 5 kb and larger than 15 kb are discarded. So these things are to be taken into consideration when you prepare a genomic library. ओके, जिनॉमिक DNA लायब्ररी तयार करताना फ्रॅगमेंट्स हे 5 KB ते 15 KBच्याच ह्याच्यातच पाहिजे आहेत, रेंजमध्येच पाहिजे आहेत. अँड पॉलीॲक्रिलामाइड जेलमध्ये ते काय केले जातं, डायजेस्टेड. दे आर डायजेस्टेड युझिंग द पॉलीॲक्रिलामाइड जेल अँड द स्पेसिफिक मॉलिक्युलर वेट मॉलिक्युल्स DNA is only selected in one layer. Okay. Next, the isolated DNA fragments are treated with alkaline phosphatase. The isolated DNA fragments are treated with alkaline phosphatase to remove 5' phosphate groups from the ends of the DNA. Okay, so these ends are removed to avoid the errors. The vector DNA is cleaved with the same restriction enzyme and which is used to digest the genomic DNA. Genomic DNA digest करण्यासाठी जो रेस्ट्रिक्शन एंडोन्यूक्लियस वापरलेला आहे तोच रेस्ट्रिक्शन एंडोन्यूक्लियस आपल्याला वेक्टरचा DNA क्लीव करण्यासाठी, क्लीव मीन्स कट करण्यासाठी वापरण्यात येईल. Okay, the dephosphorylated DNA fragments are mixed with the linearized vector DNA to construct the rDNAs. Then the rDNA is thus constructed are introduced into E. coli or yeast cells. Okay, the rDNA or the recombinant DNAs which are being constructed, they are introduced in the sense they are allowed to bombard or transform into the E. coli cells or the yeast cells. Most of the time the yeast cell which is used is Saccharomyces cerevisiae or Saccharomyces boulardii. Okay, and Candida albicans is also used for some cases, and E. coli is the most very popular organism which is being used for molecular biology experiments and recombinant DNA experiments. Okay, the recombinant cells are separated from one another using dilution plating or subsequent culture techniques. Now the microbial cultures are screened to detect the context. This is the restriction endonucleases. Okay, these are the plasmids. They are cut with the help of the HindIII restriction endonucleases. Okay, and the eukaryotic genome DNA, it shows the HindIII sites. They are cut with the HindIII. Okay, then this DNA is ligated with the plasmid DNA. Okay, by using DNA ligase. Then these are the recombinant DNAs. Okay, then it is allowed to transform in E. coli. Then we have to select for the recombinants. This is the recombinant E. coli, and this recombinant E. coli is screened by immunochemical methods. Okay, these are the bacterial clones which are present in these tubes or the append of tubes. This is the genomic library. Okay, all these 1 to 10 tubes containing the recombinant DNAs, they are the recombinant. They are called as the genome. This is called as a genomic library. Fine. Now, screening of DNA libraries. How the DNA libraries are screened. Analysis of various clones is done to arrange them into contigs, which is called as screening of DNA library. The clones are arranged into the contigs based on the principle of overlapping between the adjacent clones. Okay. Now the continuous clones, they are representing the entire genomic DNA of an organism. The correct order is called contigs. The correct order of the genomic DNA is called as a contigs. Okay. Restriction, fragment fingerprinting, chromosome walking, then repetitive DNA fingerprinting, and STS, which is also called as sequence tag sites mapping, are used to arrange the clones into the specific sequence. Okay. Now this is the method which is used. The example of shotgun sequencing, random phase मध्ये जर तुम्ही बघितला BAC DNA, okay, the whole genome is taken, it is shared, okay, 2 to 3 kb. Then the clones of sequencing templates are prepared and random reads from the sequencer are done. Then shotgun sequencing second step is assembly. Here the sequence is overlapped between the individual reads. It is used to assemble a contiguous set of reads, that is the contigs. Okay, and this is a single stranded region, and this is a sequence map. Then third step is shotgun sequencing, that is finishing. Okay, in this finishing the reads are to be finished. Okay, PCR other methods are used to isolate and sequence the unfinished regions, and this is the gap which is present in the sequencing. Okay, so in this way this shotgun sequencing is done. Now what are the advantages and disadvantages of genomic library construction? Their advantage मध्ये जर तुम्ही बघितलं, they are much more economical and faster. They save the labor, and because the sequencing reaction is virtually fully automated and the sequences are being assembled by the computer programs. Disadvantages, if you can see, it puts a large requirement on the ability to align the overlapped fragments and reconstruct the chromosome, and it is a complex process. This is the second. This is the disadvantage of shotgun sequencing. Now, second is the complementary DNA cloning. The cloning of the cDNAs are done for the construction of cDNA libraries. Okay, complementary DNA libraries तयार करण्यासाठी cDNA cloning केलं जातं. So the collection of the clones, each of which carries a complementary DNA of an organism, is called cDNA library. Okay, since the cDNAs have no introns, their size is always less than 10 kb. Okay, therefore it is not necessary to use the vectors that can accommodate the larger DNAs. Generally, for cDNA cloning, plasmids then phasmids are used to construct the cDNA libraries. Now the creation of the cDNA library needs a different strategy. It involves the construction of cDNAs, cloning of cDNAs, and screening of cDNA clones. Okay. Now the cDNA is synthesized from the mRNA by an enzyme called the reverse transcriptase. This all you know about it. That reverse transcriptase enzyme is used to construct the complementary DNA. Now this cDNA is used as the template to synthesize the second strand to form the duplex DNA. Okay, then the double stranded DNA formed from the cDNA is called the cDNA clone. The double stranded DNA जो काय तयार होईल cDNA पासून, that is called as a cDNA clone. This cDNA clone is used for gene cloning method. Okay, now this cDNA cloning process, if you can see, this cDNA is synthesized. They are joined with suitable adapters using DNA ligase. Then the cDNAs are then treated with alkaline phosphatase enzyme to remove the 5' phosphate group from the DNAs. Now the next step is the vector DNA is cut in with a restriction enzyme, and all the cDNAs are mixed together with them with treatment of DNA ligase. Okay. Then next step is, fourth step is the recombinants are then infected in the bacterial culture, that is E. coli. Then recombinant E. coli cells are selected by using a suitable method. Then the E. coli culture containing recombinants is diluted and subcultured to prepare individual bacterial clones. Okay, this is the cDNA cloning method, which is explained in 6 steps. Now this is the cDNA cloning, how cDNA library is prepared. mRNA is taken, cDNA synthesis is done. Okay, cDNA is formed. Then T4 DNA is ligated, EcoR1 adapter is used. Then this is the COS site which is being ligated over here. Okay, this is being cut by using the EcoR1. Then this COS site is ligated with the the cDNA which is synthesized. Now the head is synthesized separately, the neck is synthesized separately, the tail is synthesized separately, and this COS site is being inserted into the, it goes into the into the shell, okay, of the capsid of that virus. Now this virus which is being formed having the COS DNA is infected with E. coli cells. Now this DNA is inserted into the by using transduction it is done. This virus infects the E. coli cells. Then we have to select for the recombinants. Then we have to dilute for plating. And then the clone 1, clone 2, clone 3 and clone 4 is prepared by using the suitable techniques, and we have to screen for the cDNA library. In this here also the mRNA, the reverse transcription is done. Okay, the cDNA is synthesized by using the reverse transcriptase enzyme. The vector is selected, the plasmid or any other DNA. then it is cleaved, this DNA is cleaved, this cDNA is cleaved, and which is digested with the restriction enzymes, and it is ligated with the cleaved vectors. Then it is inserted into E. coli, then DNA is isolated, and this DNA which is isolated is a collection of cDNA library of actively transcribed genes. Okay, so this is the technique. Next, I'm thankful to all of you that you listened to this lecture very calmly and quietly. If there are any doubts, you can contact me on WhatsApp, and please do subscribe my channel and hit the like button and share the video as many to as many as friends as possible. Thank you very much.